Welcome to the Rural Revival Podcast. I'm your host, Dana Larson. Today on the podcast, we're talking with Belle Golden of Belle's Flower Truck in Tifton, Georgia. She's sharing how, as someone who never had arranged flowers or even had dreams for a flower truck, she knew in her heart this was something she was supposed to do and brought it to life in a matter of days. The result is now one of the hottest things in her small town, Belle's Flower Truck. So here we go with Belle Golden. Well, we're here today in Tifton, Georgia with Belle Golden of Belle's Flower Truck. We're actually at Espresso 41 doing our interview, which we'll tell you more about here in a few minutes. But thanks for being on the podcast, Belle.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Well, tell us a little bit about you. Have you always lived in Tifton?
I have not. I grew up in Sylvester, Georgia. It's this very, very, very tiny town. I went to high school there, grew up there. I didn't move to Tifton until my husband and I got married in 2017. At that point, he'd been living here for a few years, and now I live in Tifton, and I love it. It's way bigger than Sylvester.
Well, what gave you guys the idea? Because your first venture as an entrepreneur was Espresso 41. So how did that all come to be?
Well, my husband has known for a long time that he wanted to own his own business, and he's always loved coffee. And he's done several things throughout his life, and the most recent before coffee shop owner was a youth pastor. And he was a youth pastor at a church here in Tifton, Journey Church. And when he had the idea to start the coffee shop, it just took off. Him and his brother-in-law worked together to open it, and he actually wanted to stay on at the church, but he was worried that he wouldn't be able to be in two places at once, so he left that to make the coffee shop his new ministry, to be able to serve the people of Tifton.
So what eventually then led to this idea of doing a flower truck alongside the coffee shop?
Well, I kind of need to start first with my background with flowers. I have never had the desire to work with flowers. It never crossed my mind. When I remember being in elementary school, and my grandmother would pick us up from school, and we would go to her work, which was a floral shop, and I would sit on the counter and watch her make floral arrangements. She's done that her whole life. Weddings, funerals, anything that requires flowers, she did. But it never interested me. But in 2017, when we got married, we honeymooned in Nashville, Tennessee, and I had been following Amelia's flower truck since the day they opened, basically, and I just knew when we honeymooned there we had to visit the flower truck because it was just the cutest idea. And even when we came home, it still never crossed my mind to open a flower truck. And in 2016, before we got married, we'd actually bought this 65 Chevy. It was my husband's dream vehicle. He'd always wanted one, and it just sat at the coffee shop. That was its place, was at the coffee shop, because it just fit with the aesthetic we had up there. And we came home from our honeymoon, found out we got pregnant, and then along came Charlie. And we were trying to think of something that would allow me to work but still be at home with him, because at the time I was still in school. And then we thought one day, why not put some flowers in the truck and sell them? And that's what I'm doing now. We had the idea on Monday, and we opened that following Friday.
Oh my
So we
goodness.
had literally 4 days to plan and prepare, and it happened.
I love that. So how did you go about, that's a pretty short amount of time to create a logo, create a brand, but also then to find someone to source the flowers.
Yes, ma'am. I researched local wholesalers, and we were using a wholesaler out of Albany. They're amazing. They're wonderful. But that was our biggest challenge. Since we already had the vehicle, that was already checked off our list. The second thing was getting flowers. But they made our process super easy. I also looked into local growers. That's something really hard to find down here in South Georgia, because this isn't a very big town, so it's not
You don't just have it right here at your
Yeah.
fingertips.
So basically, one of my only options was to go with a wholesaler, and they're great. I love them. But we got that checked off the list, and then we opened.
I love it. So your truck actually has a name, I heard.
Yes. My name, well, I go by Belle. My real name is actually Betty. My full name is Betty Isabella Jeanette Carter Golden. And my older sister, she would rub my mom's stomach when she was pregnant with me, and she would say my sweet Belle because Beauty and the Beast was her favorite movie. So that's why my name is Belle. But Justin wanted to have my name tied into hers, so that's why she's called Betty the Chevy. And hers is spelled with a Y, whereas mine is spelled with an I. And it rhymes, Betty the Chevy. It just sounds cool.
Yes, it has a great ring to it. So you opened, was it just a little over a year ago?
Yes, and we opened last February.
Okay.
February 9th was our opening date.
And what has the response been?
Overwhelming. We have just grown. It's been amazing. I really have no words other than to say that we are so grateful. I had no idea that it would take off like it has. Neither of us had any idea. Opening a small business in a small town is really scary, but we have just been supported so much. We're so grateful.
That's awesome. So you made an intentional decision to just be open on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yes, in the beginning, I wanted to take it slow. I wanted to see how sales were. So we were only open Friday and Saturdays, and it was crazy. And then I had such a high volume during the week. I was running myself all day, every day, trying to get orders done, and that's when we decided to open during the week. So rather than me making deliveries all the time, people could come to the truck and pick out flowers, which is what it's made for.
So technically, it's not just a truck selling flowers. It's actually a full-fledged flower shop.
Yes, I don't call myself a florist. I don't tell people I'm a florist, but that's really what it is. It is a flower shop. I actually don't keep flowers in stock like a normal florist would. I just buy as I need, but we are doing weddings now, special events, workshops, you name it, we do it basically now.
Wow. So talk to us about some of those collaborations and fun projects and events you've got to be a part of.
We have started doing workshops. The reason I started doing workshops was because women would come to the truck and they'd pick out their bouquet, but then when they got home, they were unsure of how they could arrange them in a vase. So with the workshops, I actually set flowers up in the truck, and they pick out their flowers like they would any normal day, but then I actually teach them how to arrange them in a vase. It's really a lot of fun. It allows me to really get to connect with them, because when they're coming to the truck, it's just really quick. I wrap their bouquet and they leave. But with the workshops, I'm able to slow down and talk to them and teach them what I know, learn from them. I love seeing their different styles, what people create. Wedding-wise, I started out doing really small ones just for friends. I wanted to help them out and for me to learn from my grandma and my mom. They've both taught me so much. But this year I have done 5 weddings, and I have 13 more booked, and I have weddings next year booked as well. I really enjoy doing them because it allows me to be creative. I love being able to come up with new things. I love being able to be a part of their special day. I love seeing their faces when they see their bouquets for the first time. And that allows me to connect with my community as well because of the people I get to meet through them, different vendors. And our community has just overwhelmed us with our response has been crazy.
Well, I noticed on your website, like every workshop has sold out. And
Yes, ma'am.
And you also have a great location here, too. Do you think that's been a key to kind of the immediate success of this?
Yes. One of the things that we didn't have to worry about creating a mobile business was that I always had somewhere the truck could be parked. Being that we own the coffee shop first, we had somewhere that we could park the truck. Some news that we can share is that we've bought new trucks. We actually purchased them this week. So our next hurdle is actually figuring out where they can be parked in different towns. We're super, super excited about that. Here in Tifton, we've been able to go to different places like Plantation 59. It's one of my favorite stores. I love supporting them. They're wonderful people. We've been able to travel there. We've gone to Thomasville. Where else have we gone? We're going to Albany for Mother's Day for a little pop-up shop at a coffee shop there. There's so much things that can be done with this business, and I love that. There's not just one thing I can do. I can always grow, and I can always change and expand.
It's so great that the demand is there,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I mean, having lived in Franklin, I've seen Amelia's flower truck and stuff, and in a city, they have several trucks and are able to stay busy, and so I love to hear that can happen in a small town
Yes,
too.
ma'am. It can.
So with this taking off so quickly and you being a new mom, how have you been able to balance it all? What has that journey been like?
Well, I'm so thankful that we are our bosses, our own bosses. I'm very thankful for that because it allows me to step back when I need to be with my family. They come first and foremost before my business does, especially my little boy. I do it for him, I really do. I'm able to take a break when I need to. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was able to take a whole week off to just be with my family, to grieve, to be able to work through that. And I'm just thankful that I can do those things. And also, being that I work at the coffee shop, I get to spend time with my husband too. We get to do things together, which I love.
So as you have expanded and grown, what is it? I'm imagining that you probably have had to build a staff to support this.
Yes.
So what has
Yes.
that looked like?
At first, it was just me trying to do everything on my own, which is impossible. I could not do it by myself. When we decided to start opening during the week, I put out that we were hiring, and I had probably 20 to 30 people apply. That's a good feeling that when people really want to work for you.
Yeah.
But the employees that I have, I have 4 right now, and they're all wonderful. They do whatever I need them to do. They drop whatever's going on sometimes to help me, especially when it's a big holiday like Valentine's Day. I know that I can always count on them. I trained them the way I do things, and they do them exactly the same, if not better than I would. So I'm very grateful for that.
You can't ask for better than that.
I really can't. They're all so wonderful.
What do you love about Tifton and your life here?
Well, I love Tifton because it's how I met my husband, number one. And we love our church family. Most of our church family are actually customers of ours, which that's wonderful. And we have gotten to meet so many people through our businesses. We've met people from Tennessee. We've met people from Indiana. We've met people from California. It's just amazing to see all the different cultures and the different backgrounds of people, and that's what we're here for. That's why we started a coffee shop in Tifton, was to bring culture to Tifton. And the same thing with the flower truck. I have had people come all the way from Florida just to attend a workshop or come pick out flowers, which just blows my mind. But that's our biggest thing. We just love people. We love being able to connect, and we love being able to provide Tifton with something unique.
Talk to us more about your heart to bring culture here, because I think our generation craves that. Everybody wants a fun experience, and you're creating that here.
Yes, ma'am. My slogan that I tell everybody is that I want to spread kindness one bouquet at a time. There's so much going on in this world that pushes people away, whereas we want to draw them in. We want people to feel welcome here. We never want to turn them away because they can't buy coffee or they can't buy lunch. We have people come through here all the time. They can't afford what we have, but we give it anyways because we want people to come to our business not because we want their business, but because we want them here. And that's another thing about a allow college students to come in here, and it's a space where they can relax and study and rest. And the flower truck's just a little pick-me-up. They can come pick up flowers and brighten their day. And as far as bringing culture, we just want people to feel welcome here. We want them to feel like they can come in and drink a cup of coffee and sit for hours and just talk with us about what they love and enjoy. And my husband's got friends that come in every Saturday, and they just sit and talk over coffee about their dreams and what they want to do and where they want to go, and it's just really neat.
So your dream is fueling other dreams.
Yes, that's what we want to do.
What do you love about being an entrepreneur?
Oh gosh, the possibilities are endless. They really are. I can come up with ideas, and my husband and I bounce them off of each other, and they're never shot down. They're never turned away. He always strives to whatever I want. He's going to try and make it happen. And the same with our families. They support us. My aunt, she babysits whenever I need her to. I'm so thankful. And Justin, he's just Superman. I really don't know how he does everything he does. I have no idea.
Wow.
I have no idea how he does it.
Do you get to bring Charlie with you?
Yes, he's actually up here sometimes. Not a whole lot. The older he gets, the wilder he gets. It's hard to contain him sometimes. When he comes in the coffee shop, he'll grab the chip bags over there and he'll throw them all in the floor. So, and sometimes when I set the flower truck up for my employees, he'll sit in the car and just play with his toys. And it takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to get that done. But he's very well behaved when I do that. I'm thankful for that. But days that I don't have a babysitter, I'll bring him up here and he'll just run around, play. He's a good kid.
Why is it important that we have dreams and we take the steps and the risks necessary to see those happen in our lives?
I think when you have dreams, it gives you something to reach for. Every day I'm working towards something. I might not know what it is, but I'm working towards something and for something. So with your dreams are always valid. They're always important. You should never feel like your dreams aren't reachable, because they are.
Yeah. Well, what advice would you have for someone thinking about starting their own business, bringing a dream to life? Because it is risky.
It is.
But this is what is possible when you go after that.
I would say you really just have to start towards something, whether it's starting really small, drawing your logo that you see in your mind, or seeking out the location for your business. Whatever it is, just start somewhere, and then you can grow from that. We never thought either of these businesses would ever be possible, but they are. We see every single day something new in our businesses, but there's always something to reach towards. Just start.
Yeah,
that's all I can say is just start.
Yes. What have been some of the keys to success that you have found that might translate into other businesses?
One thing that Justin and I have both learned is that the customer's always first. Always first. Our goal is when somebody walks in this door, whether it's coffee, food, breakfast, whatever they get is 100%. And when they leave, they're happy and they think, I'm coming back tomorrow for a cup of coffee. Or I'm coming back with my friend and we're going to have hamburgers because they're amazing. But that's the first thing we've learned, is that customers are always first. Number 2, when you hire really good employees, hold on to them as tight as you can, because they are diamonds that are hard to find. We have been blessed with some amazing, amazing employees, and we do whatever we can to ensure that they're happy, that they're pleased, and that they enjoy coming to work every day. Because we don't want employees that are unhappy. We want them to love what they're doing, because they're a part of our dream, and we want them to grow alongside with us.
Part of being an entrepreneur also means lots of challenges, and you never know what's going to pop up or how to deal with that. Any advice on how to handle those well?
every once in a while, there's something that comes up, an issue, trial, something, a problem. And we just try to handle it with grace, honestly. That's really what we want to do. Because you're a reflection of your business, being the owner. What people see of me, I want it to be positive and happy. So when something arises, we just take a deep breath, take a step back if we need to, and then address it with grace. And yeah.
I love that. Well, what's next for you? And you can talk about what's next for Espresso 41 too, if you want. I know the trucks are coming,
Yes,
but anything else coming down
Well,
the pipe?
definitely the trucks. We're very excited about those. As far as the coffee shop, we're actually working on a building for our roastery. We have a roaster. We've had it for a while now. We're just trying to get that started up. We want to take it one day at a time. We don't want to rush into it. So we're working on the building to put the roaster in, have a workspace for Justin to create different brews and blends and beans and everything that comes with roasting, because it's a lot. And also reaching out to businesses around Tifton that want to buy our coffee when we start roasting it. As far as the truck goes, we're super excited. We bought the trucks. Right now, that's all we know is that we have trucks. Trying to take it one day at a time, because another thing that we don't want to rush into, we want to do it right. Take our time making sure that everything's done as it should be. We're trying to come up with new workshops and expand that into different towns. We've got some women's events coming up that we're going to take the truck to. Possibilities are endless, like I said before. We're so excited.
Are the trucks going to have names?
That's something we're working on. One of the trucks is the same year as Betty and is actually the same color. There's some things different about it. The other truck, my husband says, looks like a man's truck. And one of my favorite shows is The Office. So we're thinking about naming them Pam and Jim. We don't know yet, but we're brainstorming.
I love it. Well, how do we follow along with everything that you have going on?
Well, our Instagram is growing. Facebook is actually our biggest platform. We have more traffic on there than Instagram. They're both wonderful places to connect with us. Our website, not so much. Our website's more for people to order online, like bouquets, whereas we have more people reaching out to us on Facebook and Instagram.
Great. Well, we'll link to all that in the show notes so everybody can go check that out. Well, Belle, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a blessing. Never thought that this would happen. I'm grateful.
Very excited about all your success and wish you the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, I love how Belle and Justin's dream is fueling other dreams, and how the town is embracing everything they're doing, and how the possibilities really are endless as an entrepreneur. Be sure to go check out the links in our show notes to see more about what Belle and Justin have going on in Tifton. Just this week, Rural Revival introduced the Love Your Neighbor project, created to help our rural neighbors in time of need. Creators from Dirt Road Candle Co., Hungry Canyon Design, Matted Ink., and Doa Deer have created items that we're selling to help raise money for flood victims in Nebraska and southwest Iowa, where many farmers, ranchers, and rural communities have suffered devastating losses. You can find all the details at ruralrevival.co/loveyourneighbor, so hit that up and help us support a great cause. Well, huge thanks to Belle for being on the podcast, and thanks to you for tuning in as always. We'll be back next week. Have a great day, everybody.